It is Jack Gold MMA with the MMA Outsiders. We're ready to go here. We had a controversial weekend with UFC 321, and Zambando is going to be joining us soon after a week or a day off last Thursday. But Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane with the eye poke. Not the ideal way to end a main event for a pay-per-view, but we just get another good heavyweight fight early next year, hopefully. But the rest of the card, in my opinion, was one of the worst cards of the year. Maybe the second worst behind UFC Australia in February, but one of those weekends, man. Abu Dhabi, they always have those stacked cards, they always have those loaded cards, and they're always like a little lackluster at the end. But with that, we have another UFC fight night this weekend, UFC Nova or UFC Apex. Oh, here we go. What is up, Zan Bando? He is back from his Thursday hiatus, feeling better. How you doing, sir?
What's up, man? How are you?
Doing good. Happy you're here.
I'm happy to be back. Thanks for the very warm introduction. I appreciate it.
What did you think about the this weekend's card? Were you watching or were you busy doing football stuff?
No, I watched it. It was not the card I was hoping it would be. Let's just start there. It wasn't great. The main event had a sour ending, but I mean the only constant, I guess, or the only common denominator is for like the 10th year in a row, or however you want to quantify it, the division is still cursed. So,
Yeah, not great. I just my overall reaction from the weekend is God, do I hate the MMA factory in Paris. They're such cheaters, man. Imavov gone. I hate them. But we just get another big heavyweight fight from it.
yeah, that's true. And I don't know. I mean, I guess we could start there, and let's put the thinking caps on a little bit. When do we think the rematch is going to take place? Because I think there are more possibilities than maybe what people realize. What do you think?
I think people want it to be December. People want it to be early next year. And I think it'll either be February or March of next year. I think Aspinall is going to take his time to get better. I don't think he's going to get right back into it next month.
I don't think so either.
But I also don't think it's going to be in January because from what I know, it's supposed to be Elia main eventing the first Paramount card. If that doesn't happen, maybe that changes. Tom Aspinall can, but I'm thinking
That's how
February.
I understand it myself. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's going to be either in Vegas or it's going to be in England in probably early to mid March or April even, but I don't know. I selfishly hope things turn and maybe just like the Chicago event last year where Hamzat and DDP were thrown on there, even though they weren't supposed to be originally. I think I told you that off the air at some point after that was over. Who knows? Maybe that fight gets pushed to Chicago. It doesn't make really a ton of sense location wise, but given that DDP Hamzat was in Abu Dhabi, I wouldn't put it past the UFC to make an interesting move location wise. And could you imagine how many people would show up for that?
It would be crazy, but I think it will be in Vegas in early March, like March 9th or March 10th, whatever that first or second Saturday of the year is.
I think so too. I think so too. I
Now,
think
moving down a little bit, what did you think about the co-main event, the championship fight between Verna Janjanova and the new champion, Mackenzie Dern?
I thought it sucked. I thought the fight sucked. I thought it was worse than the first one. I thought Mackenzie Dern could have finished her late in the fight. I think the stats discrepancy was unbelievable, and I think the UFC got what they wanted. That's what I think, and I honestly think the strawweight division is cooked. There's no exciting fights. Nothing interests me at all besides Tatiana Suarez, and I thought the co-main event couldn't have gone as worse as it did. I think it was terrible.
I mean, I think it was like a decent fight, but I just didn't like that it's for second place. Like they are not the best.
They just simply are, and it's true.
It's just they're not the best fighter there.
They're simply not. It's true. It's 100% true.
But
Absolutely.
I think there's like, yeah, that division's. Oh man, I'm looking at the rankings right now. We got Whaley, who just vacated, but she's number one. Tatiana at number two. Verna at number three. And from this point, it's like, okay, Yan Zhao Nan's four. Have they
Sean,
fought
Sean,
already?
no, but Xiaonan's already lost her title shot opportunity because she's fought for it and it didn't go well.
And then Lemos beat Mackenzie Dern, but she's not looked great recently.
Yeah.
And then Loopy's there, but Dern beat Loopy. Yasmin Lucindo's in there, but like, do you think she's gonna be champ? Tabitha Ritchie, Jillian and like, I don't know.
You meant to see Julian Robertson?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say my guy Julian Anderson doesn't exist.
But no, it was like Alexa Tainara and Denise Gomez are the only two in the whole rankings that
And
might be able to stir something up.
and that's not gonna and I'm sorry, but those are hardcore of hardcore's names. Those can't sell.
No, it's cooked. But I think that's they're gonna be co-main or even featured fights from now on.
Okay, to transition back to the main event a little bit, I'm not sure if you saw the post-fight press conference with Dana White. I'm just curious if you did, your thoughts on some of the things he said, number one and number two. I've been hearing from a lot of people within the MMA community that I don't know if I have the same opinion. I'm going to get your opinion. A lot of people, this is the second part of my question. A lot of people seem to be under the notion that the promotion needs to strike where the iron's hot and make Jones Pereira at heavyweight. What do you think?
I think that first of all, I hated what Dana. Okay, so multiple things. First off, Dana's reaction to the eye pokes and being asked what they can do about it, and him literally saying, "Who gives a shit?" I give a shit. I think you give a shit. Like, I think
Well, the reason I'm not going to defend him, but I will say he's been asked that question multiple times over the years, and from my understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that seems to be more of a commission issue than a promotion
I
issue.
think it's both because what happened? They made the new gloves. The eye pokes lessened. The knockouts lessened too, but the eye pokes lessened. And then, lo and behold, Mr. Eye Poke himself, John Jones, comes back and says, I don't want to fight in these gloves. So he gets to use the gloves. He could stick out and do his thing. Old gloves come back. Eye pokes come back heavy. And it's just like, I think you have to do it. Or I think the promotion is able to go to these referees because they're with them all the time and be like, hey, take a point right away. Take one. So I don't know. I think it's not ideal, and I think what was the second part of that question?
Well, the second part of the question is it kind of falls on the backs of it, but I've spoken to a lot of people within the MMA community, and the general consensus is given the mess that was this past weekend's fight, they need to strike where the iron's hot and just make Jones Pereira at heavyweight.
I think that fight's gonna happen.
You
Like,
do.
I just think what happens now is like Aspinall was in these conversations, and I'm gonna defend Tom. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna be a defender, but it's just like I think now because Cyril looked good, he has something of his own he has to deal with now. It's like, okay, it's no longer Aspinall's in these talks. It's like, oh, he has to deal with Gon. Now it's only Jones and Pereira. So they're probably going to fight for some BMF heavyweight belt or something like that.
Or unless Pereira decides, let's see if I can, who knows, maybe they make a rare one-time exception and maybe he goes up to heavyweight, but he can still maintain his status as light heavyweight champion because that's what Volk did when he went up to fight Islam, even though Volk lost. So I don't know. I don't know.
I just don't think, well, like Jones doesn't have a title. So it'd be like the reigning light heavyweight champion, which he would be, like, that would stay what
Yeah.
it was, but I'm saying, like, it would just be like a one-off, so I think, like, the one-off would be, like, the heavyweight BMF because, like, Holloway's or whoever has the BMF, like, whatever it is, it's Holloway, right? That they counted it still with
Yeah, it's the
Dustin?
only that's the only BMF title that exists from what I understand.
No, that is, but I'm saying because it's Jones, Dana's freaking butt buddy, and Pereira, it's gonna be like, oh, now we've got a heavyweight BMF title fight because John Jones, the greatest of all time, is fighting on the White House card. It's like, shut the fuck up, you baldy. It's just like so dumb, so dumb. The whole thing's dumb.
Do you wanna see that fight?
I
I'm
would like to see it, but I feel like I would be praying with my entire exist. I went to church for the first time this weekend in a long time, and one of the things I was thinking about praying about, Alex Pereira knocking out John Jones. It's just like we know what's gonna happen, maybe because the grappling, Jones' grappling is really really good, but who knows? Like, is Pereira just built different? I hope so. With all of my being, I hope so, and I hope he chins him.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be easier than how it looks. I was I was so what exactly was your question though? Because you said you were gonna pose a question to me, and I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I got the question or not.
No, you didn't. So what I was gonna say is like with everybody online, I feel like tell me if I'm wrong. Here's my opinion. I want to hear yours after.
Okay,
The fight was going Cyril's way. That first round, it was like 4 minutes and whatever. It was going Cyril's way, going
four
well.
4:35 exactly.
Yeah, 4:35. So most of a round, Cyril's good. If it went to the end, Cyril would have been up 1-0. But I feel like people are taking this narrative and running with it that Cyril was destroying Tom Aspinall like it should have been a 10-8.
He wasn't. I don't think he was destroying him. I just think his boxing was crisper.
I,
That's
I
all.
agree.
That's all it is. He was fighting a smart first round, and he wasn't letting Aspinall come to him, and he was pushing him up against the fence. I can guarantee you, if the eye poke doesn't happen, and they go to the corner to make adjustments, he would have made a clear adjustment in own two to where I actually believe the fight would have been entirely different.
I
So
also agree. Like my opinion on it was like Cyril was winning and his jab looked great, his leg kicks looked great, but if like you were watching like both sides, it's like Aspinall was only down 3 strikes overall. Now was Cyril landing cleaner? Yes, he landed much cleaner. But
he
the
was
leg
landing cleaner, but what Aspinall failed to do, and I think you were going to get to it in a second. I apologize for cutting you off, but I feel like it's important to say what Aspinall was about to do was he was about to check the kicks, and then what he was going to eventually do was switch stances, and the fight was going to be totally different.
well, and not only was he gonna check the kicks, at about 2.5 minutes in, Tom lands 2 leg kicks in a row. And when Cyril is because Cyril's always switching, he switches to orthodox and Tom immediately hurts his leg. So he
Right?
switches back and never switched back for the rest of the round.
Exactly.
So it's like, even though Cyril was winning, it's like, okay, Tom was doing well to the body and the legs. He was landing up top, like hitting the guard. It's like round two, it was one round. These are because heavyweights are so fat like me, and they're like Chris Barnett, we're used to being able, like, oh my God, they threw a feint. Oh my God. But it's like these are two athletes. These are two legit old time Alistair Overeem, Francis Ngannou athletes. So they were going. It's like this is round one. There is so
Yeah.
much fight left that we have no idea what would happen.
No, we have no idea what would have happened. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I may be in the minority here, but I actually was kind of happy with the outcome because oh no, hang on. Listen, this is very this is very important because I'm the kind of person that likes that I don't know, just likes very unique and controversial storylines. People are going to be talking about this fight now ad nauseum until the rematch comes up. You don't think that now there's going to be slightly even more interest in the rematch because I certainly I certainly think there is number one and number two. Number two, this might actually be a good reset to know. Okay, maybe at heavyweight, if you have the right two guys, you can sell the right fight. And now with this whole mess, as unfortunate as it is, it gives them a reset to where they can really pound these two as the best heavyweights in the world if that's the promotional tactic they choose to take. Because if Aspinall would have just gone in there and wiped him, everybody would have said, "Oh, that was Cyril Gane's third crack at a title, and he got viciously destroyed." Now it's like, okay, Gunn can prove that he can hang with the best heavyweights in the world, and then now he's sort of changed up his game plan and what he hopes to do. And if he can do a similar thing in the second fight, not to toot his own horn, but I echo his words when he says that the rematch is very interesting, because I think it is. So
It is 100% more interesting, and this is going to be a me biased take. Cyril Gane does not deserve it. He does not deserve these infinite title shots. He's a good heavyweight, but every single finish and highlight of his career is him cheating. He's a full-blown cheater. So I don't care
tell
how
me in
good
the Derek Lewis fight where he cheated.
back of the head shots in the finishing sequence, like 8 in a row when he was like this.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
every fight, JDS, back of the head shot, elbow to put the down, back of the head finish. Sergey Spivak, back of the head finish. Tai Tuivasa, back of the head finish. Derek Lewis, back of the head finish. Tom Aspinall, eye poke. And you know who else trains in their gym? Nasruddin Imavov. Every single fight of his, eye poke, low kick, eye poke, headbutt. This gym, pardon my language, but fuck those guys. They're like the biggest cheaters on earth. They don't deserve these title shots. And I think this was the smartest thing to do, follow up to this. All these analysts and people are saying Tom should have toughed it out and fought through the fight. Hey,
He
guess
couldn't
what?
have. He couldn't see.
And with Chael Sonnen and Anthony Smith, what fucking awesome take from him. Yeah. Oh, he quit. You end up in the fucking fetal position every fight, you dingus. Like,
And
all
you got hit, and you got annihilated, and you got annihilated by John Jones when you fought him.
yeah.
Annihilated.
And DC, oh, you should have went through it. Hey, what's the common denominator, you dumbasses? Every single one of you got poked in the eye. You all got beat up and lost. You all got beat up and lost. This is a championship fight, by the way. Anthony Smith should have taken the undisputed belt, which never should have touched it in the first place. Chael Sonnen, never an undisputed champion. DC, he was, but guess what? He got beat up in that fight because Stipe's legit. You got to take it seriously. Tom Aspinall, he couldn't see. I think this is the best case scenario for Tom, because I think that was the best thing that Cyril could have done. I don't know what he's going to do differently next time.
Yeah,
Tom has a chance
the whole.
to go
Yeah,
back to the gym.
I'm with you. The whole quitting narrative was crazy.
Yeah. But now Tom gets to go back to the gym, and no, he was like, okay, I was losing. Now I know what I have to change. Now I know what I have to do. And I think that was the best Cyril Gane you're going to see. So I don't know. What do you think about the quitting stuff?
I think I don't know. I think most of as unfortunate as this sounds, there are very few nice people in our space. You know that. And I'm apparently considered one of them. You're apparently considered one of them too. But most of what I can't stand is 90% of the community just being extremely toxic, to where um I can guarantee you, if a lot of this isn't to call anybody out single-handedly, even though there's one person without saying who it is that's kind of perpetrated this, none of those guys would last 5 minutes in the octagon. And anyway, so the last person that should be speaking is any of those people.
No, I agree. And the funniest thing to me, the Anthony Smith thing to me, I just want to touch on this. He said, "Oh, you got to tough it out sometimes. I got eye poked in Singapore and I fought through it." It's like, yeah, buddy, you're 37 and 22, and since 2020 you've had 13 fights. You have quit and ended up in the fetal position in 8 of them. I'm sorry, did Tom not quit enough? Like quit good enough like you wanted? Like because you were curling up in a ball to legal strikes? I, I hate it. I hate it.
I honestly think it probably should have been a disqualification
Thank
win
you.
for
He touched the
Aspinall.
eyes and then dug in.
Yeah, and not just one eye,
Intentional
but both of
foul.
them. Both of them in slow motion, zoomed in, the whole thing. Everybody saw it.
People like you said, I try to be nice and respectful. When it comes to cheating and cheaters, like there's no exception in my book. It's like You can do it clean. A lot of people do it clean. You have so many things you can take and do that are legal. Oh, and you're gonna eye poke them, and like I get sometimes it's an accident. Your natural thing to go is this, get away. But the natural thing is not this. So it's just like I don't
Hey,
know.
at least Gon wasn't an idiot about it, and at least he apologized to him right away. That
He apologizes every time. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm respectful." Yeah, sure you are, dickhead. It's every fucking fight. It's every fight. You mean to do it. Before the UFC, back of the head shots and Muay Thai. Every fight. It's every fight. Like, I just. Ooh, I'm so sorry. There's an accident. No, it wasn't, motherfucker. Like, oh.
dude, the way you impersonate him is hilarious.
He just, I hate it, dude.
So, how do you feel? Our because of how weird the card was, I actually ended up beating you by one fight. Were you surprised?
I wasn't surprised that you beat me because I was like, oh, this is not my night. Everything was going wrong.
Hey, would you rather take 5-7 over my 3-10 record the week
Oh,
before?
no. 3-10 is pretty bad.
Yeah. Hey, at least I finished 500, so it could be worse. So
No, you're catching up again. You're catching up.
for
But
sure. As we end things though, because you were in a totally different location this past week, and can you talk about Tough Enough and your experience just overall the card itself and kind of what you were up to?
oh yeah, I mean it was awesome. Don't get me wrong. It was a great weekend, a lot of travel. I left my home in Chicago, Illinois, like you know, Palatine, but 3 a.m. to make my way to Midway Airport. Got on a 6 a.m. flight, Southwest, baby, stand by. And got to Vegas, had lunch, got a couple things, went to the Palms, and card started at 4 o'clock. And it was an awesome card. Like there was the prelims. I swear to God, there was like eight minutes of total fight time. Like
Really?
it was first round finish, first round finish, first round finish. It was awesome. The venue, the Palms Pearl Theater, is sick. It looks like you're in a movie. It's awesome. The main card. There's a couple people I want to shout out because the performances were insane.
Okay.
Miguel Suavecito Suazo. Miguel Suazo.
You want to pull up? You want to pull up the card so people can see it?
Yeah, no, I'll pull it up here. Miguel Suazo, though, as I'm doing that, he, no joke, went from rear naked choke to armbar, and he had the armbar. The guy was flat on his back, and he was
Okay.
like, "Oh, I'm just gonna 12-6 elbow this guy." Bang, 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 bang.
In the armbar position?
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Oh,
Hurt him bad from the armbar with 12-6
woo-hoo-hoo.
elbows on mount, and then switched
Oh
over the
my
full mount
god.
and big time elbows.
Oh my god.
And you know what? While we're doing this, I'm gonna look up here. I'm gonna get this highlight going because it deserves to be shown. This thing.
Okay.
All right. But no, as like flawless performance. He's 2-0 now. Yeah, it was great. We also had like
Do you
Hanato Canuto
remember
on the card. We had my boy Kenny Cross on the card.
do you remember
Maki
the
Popolo
results from these
won.
fights? Because it seems like they're not updated.
They are not updated. Yeah, so Diego Brandao won. Kenneth Cross is the new lightweight champion. Shamil Shevbekov is the new welterweight champion. Hanato Canuto, first round TKO. Miguel Suazo, first round TKO. And Justin James, unanimous decision.
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to do here, bang, bang, bang. Mr. Suavecito Suazo, is this you? Yes, it is. Watch this here. Absolute disgusting finish. Picking up the two. Bang, bang, bang.
Oh, Jack, I can't see it.
You can't see it?
No, I can't. Nope.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. Can you see it now?
There we go. Yeah.
Here we go. So, Miguel Suazo, training out of Las Vegas Combat Academy. I mean, it was disgusting. Here.
Holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen a finish like that. Wow. That camera angle is sick, by the way, too.
Yes, it was like a flawless performance. The other performance I wanted to show you, Maki Pitolo is back in the win column wherever he is here. Where are you, Maki? Here it is. Bang.
Okay. Oh,
He's
nice
back from a 2-year
transition.
layoff from a
Wow.
beautiful rear naked choke.
That was wow, that was a beautiful transition to the back. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
beautiful transition. I'm really happy for him. And another one I wanted to show you, Hanato Canuto, UFC BJJ grappler. Big
Okay.
slam takedown into ground and pound. And then he hits
Jeez.
little Khalil Roundtree soccer kicks here. Bang.
Jeez, oh my goodness. This card looked freaking great. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Jeez.
absolutely.
Wow.
This card was crazy. Now, I will say the welterweight championship fight was a little stinky, but I want to point this out as well. Kenneth Cross and new 17-4 lightweight champion of Tough Enough. Keep
Congrats,
an eye
man.
out for a UFC short notice opponent. He deserves it. He's a great guy.
Who he is. You know him better than me, but I can attest my interactions with him have been nothing but positive. So it's really good to hear, man. That's
That's
awesome.
right. What is hilarious, short, funny thing of our show, me and Zambando met at a Kenneth Cross fight in Milwaukee.
Sure did. It was 13 months ago, actually, yesterday that we met.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Because it was
No
September
way.
27th of 24. Yeah. Yeah.
No, but this was a really incredible card. Here's another one I wanted to show you. Absolutely vicious amateur rear naked choke.
Jeez, he's out. Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
No, it
Is
was
this
a
kid's
banging card.
amateur debut, or has he had a couple amateur fights?
So I believe the winner had 2 or 3 wins, and it was the loser's debut.
Okay, so all right, so obviously a lot to work on. It's his first fight, but still a good win for the other kid.
Oh,
Okay,
for sure. For sure. Like the guy gave him a good account of himself putting it in, but sometimes you just get got, you know?
for sure, for sure. But
But
yeah,
he
I'm
goes
very
out about right here and you're like, "Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh."
yeah. I think the referee. This is no disrespect. I think the referee could have been 5 seconds earlier than what he was. So I'm sorry. That's one of the more gruesome stoppages I've seen in quite some time. And that one was it's not as bad as I don't know. You should go down a rabbit hole if you have time this week. Look if you go down a rabbit hole, go on YouTube or go on Twitter and look up Indian MMA. Okay, it's some of the craziest unfathomable stoppages that you will ever see are in these smaller Indian MMA shows where the referees have no idea what they're doing at all.
I'll go do that.
So it wasn't as bad as those, but it's still I don't know. It could have been a little better, but nonetheless, though, really glad you had a good time in Vegas. Would you like to talk about the change for Thursday? Because I don't believe
That is right. So, there's a lot of traveling for Jack this week. I was at the Las Vegas airport starting Sunday at 4 p.m. Las Vegas time. I did not get home in Chicago until yesterday at 2 p.m.
no, you didn't. You were busier than me. You
And
were way busier than
tomorrow,
me.
I make my way out to Detroit. Thursday morning, I'm picking up Nathan Rivera and the Rivera Era Fight Team. It is fight week, co-main event of BKFC Michigan, fighting ranked contender Tommy Stratum. It's going to be awesome. I'm part of the fight team this week, though, so I will not be here for Thursday. Zambando's running the show solo.
Yeah, I'm running. Well, most likely solo. We're gonna see if I can get one of my old friends on here to reunite briefly for 30 minutes. But nonetheless, I will be helping you preview UFC Vegas 110 regardless. And of course, we still will have predictions for that card. So don't you guys worry. Before we get out of here, just a quick word from our friends over at Novik. Novik has been a major help to all of us. And Jack, can you please review what your Novik play of the week was as I pull this up here?
So my Novig play of the week, my one bet on Novig was Tom Aspinall. and Umar Nurmagomedov parlayed, and I got a void. But all is good in the no-vig world because I had my cash back, and all is good.
Yes, sir. Speaking of cash back, here we go. The MMA Outsiders is powered by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market, available right now in 35 states, including California, Texas, Florida, Georgia, and New York. I know that you're 10 times more likely to win long term compared to a traditional sports book because you're playing against real users and not the house. Sign up today and use the promo code ETB Network, that is ETB NETWORK, for exclusive bonuses. Must be 21 years or older. Please play responsibly. For at Gold, I'm Zam Banda. We promise that the scheduling issues won't be a regular thing going forward, but nonetheless, this has been another edition of the MMA Outsiders. Thank you to all on playback who tuned in, and we will see you guys soon. Have a good one.